guys, welcome to a new video. So I was just rummaging through some old things and I found a few old relics in the form of mobile phones, what we used to have back in the day. So what we've got here at the moment is the Motorola Razr K1. So this is a 1.9 inch and it's got that nice typical Razr design. It was released back in 2006. It weighed 102 pounds and about 16mm thickness. It was a feature phone at the time. It had 20 meg of storage on board. It had a dedicated micro SD slot. And yeah, I mean, just having one of these back then was so cool. You looked cool with it. It's got that nice design. Unfortunately, I can't power it up. I've got no battery in it for whatever reason. I think the battery died on it, but you've got that nice typical Razr keyboard there. Really nice design, really nice look. And I just love the way the light beams and gleams off it all. Now, I used to have the Razr V3i, and that was the one with the titanium kind of gunmetal look, and it looked fantastic. If you had a Razr phone back in the day, you were very, very cool. And it was one of the more popular phones to go for. If you didn't want a Nokia, you'd go for a Razr phone because of their really nice metallic design. So that is the Razr K1, and yeah, just really, really cool, really nostalgic phone. Love the feel of it. I think if Motorola did what Nokia have done and brought back an old phone from the past but in a modern kind of twist like the 3310, I think the Razr phone is one that they should do. It just looks fantastic and it definitely still feels good to have that nice flip phone and that nice snap. Ericsson K800, and this is the Cybershock phone from Sony and Ericsson. It's got a 2-inch display at 240 by 320 pixels. It's got a back 3 megapixel, 3.2 megapixel Cybershock camera with that nice dedicated flash there. Slide down the little cover and you get access to your lens. Now, if you had a Sony Ericsson phone back in the day when this was released in 2006, you would have had one of the best mobile phones with camera experiences. Back then, Sony were known to be the best camera smartphones, and I would say they definitely put a lot of effort into making sure that that stuck all the way through to today in 2018. So very brick design, probably wouldn't kind of fit in with today's standards. It still looks more like an actual digital camera than a phone if you look at it from the top or the back. But it had 64 meg storage on board, and you also had to buy Sony's own memory stick micro M2 card, so you was kind of really burnt on the price for having to buy those. I've got the Sony Ericsson W300, and this was one of the first Walkman phones. So this was specifically for music playback, and the design was so nice. I actually really enjoyed that really small kind of clamshell flip form factor, and it just worked really well. I mean, having that keyboard right there covered by the flip, it just kept the phone really kind of neat and tiny, really compact. It was released also again back in 2006. It weighed 94 grams and 24mm thick. It had 20 meg storage on board. And again, you were kind of almost stung by the memory stick micro M2 card from Sony. Now, it has a 1.66 inch screen, and it's also got a 0.3 megapixel camera just there. So not even a megapixel. Again, 900 milliamp hours on the battery life. The screen was about 128 by 160 pixels. You had that external screen as well, which was just a standard orange backlit screen, and that just gave you like notifications and I think music skipping as well. And I loved how they always put that little kind of mirror bit on the front of the camera so that you always knew that you were kind of in shot. But yeah, on the phone itself, you then would have your keyboard with camera option there, and your dedicated Walkman button at the bottom left, just your standard keyboard and menu option buttons. So that is the Sony Ericsson W300. I've got the Samsung S8 300 Ultra Touch, and this was only released 9 years ago, back in 2009. It weighed 105 grams and was 12.7mm in thickness. It's got a 2.8 inch AMOLED capacitive touchscreen with 16 million colours. at 240 by 400 pixels. It's got an 8 megapixel camera on the back and came with an 880 milliamp hour battery. Now obviously one of the design features of the time for Samsung was this nice kind of slide out design. All compact, touchscreen with the keyboard at the bottom there. So dedicated just to type your numbers or text without having to mess about with a touchscreen. But if you did want to compose, you could do it from the screen itself and you could dial just as easily. Now on the phone, you didn't really get a lot. You only have obviously 80 meg of storage, and you could expand it with a micro SD card up to 16 gig, which again, pretty good for the time. On the phone itself, you don't get a lot. You get all your basic apps, so your music player, your maps, your media album, music store, games, and you've got some applications on there like FM radio, video, Bluetooth, games and more. If you do go to the camera app, the camera actually isn't that bad. I have taken a few photos on here and they don't look crap, but by today's standards, you probably wouldn't use them. So as you can see, it doesn't look too bad considering. So yeah, that's just really a quick look at the phone. I've just been looking through some old stuff and just thought I would do a quick video just to show you some of the phones that I used to use back in the day, 10 plus years ago. And yeah, if you enjoy the video, please do like, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video.